Blake Lively is facing yet another lawsuit, and honestly, at this point, it almost feels like a never-ending story. This situation has turned into a legal mess, with multiple lawsuits connected to the drama between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And now, there's a brand new lawsuit in the mix that makes things even more complicated. Just when it seemed like this whole controversy might start to calm down, another legal battle has popped up. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Blake is now being sued by a crisis management firm that she previously mentioned in her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. The lawsuit was filed by Jed Wallace, who owns Street Relations, and he's taking this case to federal court in Texas. Jed claims that he never harassed or retaliated against Blake, yet he was still named in her legal complaint. Because of this, he believes his reputation has been severely damaged, leading to financial losses. To make up for it, he is now demanding millions of dollars in damages. If you've lost track of all the lawsuits involved in this situation, you're not alone. This latest case is actually the 5th lawsuit, connected to the ongoing feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Here's a quick recap. In December, Blake Lively filed a federal lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Justin then sued the New York Times and journalist Stephanie Jones for defamation. Stephanie, who used to be Justin's publicist, later filed her own defamation lawsuit against him. In January, Justin took legal action against Blake, Ryan Reynolds, Blake's husband, and their publicist, Les Sloan. And now, Jed Wallace is suing Blake for including his name in her claims against Justin. So, what exactly does this new lawsuit claim? Jed Wallace is mentioned in Blake's original complaint when she talks about Justin Baldoni hiring a crisis management team. According to Blake, this team worked to damage her reputation while protecting Justin. In her lawsuit, she alleges that the team, with Justin's approval, carried out a well-planned retaliation strategy against her. The complaint details how the crisis team used social media and online forums to create negative narratives about Blake while boosting Justin's image. It states that they hired subcontractors, including Jed Wallace, based in Texas, to manipulate online conversations. These efforts reportedly included making fake social media posts and using online platforms like Reddit to turn public opinion against Blake. The lawsuit even includes text messages between members of Justin's team discussing how their plan was working. One message from Jennifer Abel, a publicist working with Justin, said, "Hi team, so far extremely limited pickup on Daily Mail or Page 6. We'll continue to keep an eye out and send pieces as needed. But so far it's been steady coverage and pure speculation. We've also started to see a shift on social, due largely to Jed and his team's effort to shift the narrative towards shining a spotlight on Blake and Ryan again. This message suggests that Jed Wallace and his team were actively involved in controlling the public narrative." Another message from Justin's team read, "The majority of socials are so pro-Justin, and I don't even agree with half of them." LOL. In another part of the lawsuit, it mentions how on August 9th, 2024, a team member told Jennifer Abel that "we are crushing it on Reddit." This was followed by a text from an employee of the crisis management firm, sending a link to a negative story about Blake's family. The lawsuit claims that Jed Wallace played a key role in this alleged smear campaign, which is why Blake included his name in her original complaint. However, Jed strongly denies being involved in any of this and argues that being mentioned has damaged his business and personal reputation. As a result, he is now suing Blake for millions in damages. This case keeps getting more complicated, with new lawsuits piling up and more people getting dragged into the legal battle. What started as a lawsuit between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has now expanded to include major media outlets, publicists, and now a crisis management firm. It's unclear how this will all play out in court, but one thing is certain. This drama is far from over, with 5 lawsuits already filed and more accusations surfacing. It seems like this legal battle will continue for quite some time. As things develop, it will be interesting to see if Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, or any of the others involved decide to settle, or if they'll keep fighting it out in court. For now, though, all we can do is wait and see how the legal system handles this tangled web of lawsuits. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think Blake Lively was right to call out the crisis management firm in her complaint? Or do you think Jed Wallace has a valid reason to sue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The situation surrounding Ryan Reynolds is becoming more intense, and things are getting even more complicated. A while ago, the team shared a disturbing TikTok video that urged Blake Lively to divorce Ryan. The message they sent along with the video said, "You guys will love this." They even described the post as very helpful. Blake's legal team had previously filed a notice in Hays County, Texas, indicating that they plan to question Jed Wallace under oath as part of their legal case. However, they later dropped the request and decided not to move forward with the deposition. Despite this, Jed is still upset about being named in the complaint, and his lawyers argue that Blake Lively should not be protected under litigation privilege. Normally, this privilege shields individuals from defamation claims for statements made during legal proceedings. However, Jed's attorneys claim that because Blake's legal team shared her civil rights complaint with multiple media outlets, they made it a public issue rather than keeping it within the legal system. This argument is similar to what Justin Baldoni's legal team has been saying, that Blake and her team may have gone beyond legal boundaries by making her case so public. On Justin's newly launched website, where he shared his updated legal complaint and a timeline of events, his team is making serious accusations. They claim that metadata from a New York Times article about Blake's complaint suggests the publication started preparing the story as early as October 31, 2024. This is a big deal because Blake officially filed her civil rights complaint on December 21, 2024. If true, it could mean that the article was in development long before the complaint was even made public. Justin's legal team argues that this timing suggests a coordinated effort between Blake and the New York Times to damage his reputation, potentially challenging the usual protections of litigation privilege. The New York Times has denied these claims, stating that the date seen in the metadata is generated by Google software and does not reflect when they actually received or started working on the complaint. They insist that the accusations made by Justin's team are based on incorrect assumptions and unreliable internet speculation. In a statement to ABC News, the Times dismissed these claims as inaccurate and pointed out that the allegations were based on posts made by amateur internet sleuths, which they argue are completely false. One of the key issues Justin's team is raising relates to a web crawler, an internet program that scans websites and files. They claim that the web crawler recorded the New York Times uploading a PDF of Blake's complaint as early as December 10, 2024, even though the complaint wasn't officially filed until over a week later. According to Justin's legal team, this suggests that the document was prepared in advance and re-uploaded at the last minute to hide evidence of a possible collaboration between Blake and the media. However, the Times insists that the date discrepancy is simply due to the way Google's system works and does not indicate any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, Jed Wallace has now filed a lawsuit against Blake Lively, seemingly using this entire situation to his advantage. TMZ reported on Wednesday that Chip Babcock, a partner at the Texas law firm Jackson Walker LLP, which represents Jed Wallace, stated that Blake Lively made false claims about his client. The lawsuit accuses Blake of telling the press that Jed, Wallace and his company, Street Relations, had harassed and retaliated against her, violated contracts, and engaged in other misconduct. Wallace, who is known for keeping a low profile, insists that he has never even met or spoken to Blake Lively. His legal team argues that he has never been involved in any smear campaign against her. They claim that he decided to file this lawsuit to protect himself and his family after Blake not only accused him in her previous lawsuit, but also suggested she might name him in yet another legal case. This entire situation is becoming more chaotic with each passing day. Just when it seemed like
her own
things
image,
couldn't get any
let's
messier,
dig in. It
another
all started when
lawsuit has
back in
been added to the
December,
mix.
Lively filed a
At this
complaint
point,
with
it's
California's
impossible
Civil
to
Rights
say whether
Department,
this will be
saying
the
she'd
final
been
legal
SH
battle
and
in
dealt
this
with other
ongoing
unwanted
drama. But for now, this is where things stand. What do you guys think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.